in the world go through it, and I think that's like where you can find your confidence. And I think
the drama surrounding Caitlin Clark's explosive outburst against WNBA referees has taken the basketball world by storm. What unfolded during the Fever vs. Sun game wasn't just another moment of frustration, it was a boiling point, years in the making, for one of the most talked about players in the league. Clark, who has endured physical punishment and questionable officiating all season, finally erupted in a moment so intense, so raw, that even seasoned fans were left stunned. It all started with what appeared to be a routine exchange between Clark and a referee. There was no aggression, no signs of conflict, just a calm, standard mid-game conversation. But in a flash, something changed. The referee said something what? We still don't know. Clark's entire demeanor shifted. Her face tightened, her eyes widened, and in a heartbeat she snapped. The fire that had been simmering all season ignited in full force. She started yelling, clearly incensed, her body language no longer restrained. And then came the most shocking.
Fever play better without Caitlin Clark. Come to the front because I'm going to slap you in the face. Fever just won 102-89.
Back in an attempt to de-escalate the situation. That moment, caught by fans, circulated on social media and dissected frame by frames, sparked a firestorm of debate. Why was a coach grabbing a player like that? Why has this become a pattern with Caitlin Clark? She's been shoved, slapped, and targeted repeatedly this season. And now even her own coaching staff is putting their hands on her in heated moments. It's not just questionably, it's unacceptable. And while Clark has never publicly shown discomfort with it, the optics are disturbing. No player, no matter how famous or fiery, should be manhandled on the sideline, especially by someone in a position of authority. But the real storm was just beginning.
Ow.
As Clark stormed toward the ref, her rage unfiltered, she reportedly made a phone gesture and shouted something that echoed across the court. I'm calling the league on you. That wasn't frustration. That was a warning, a declaration, a line in the sand.
The Fever over the last 6 quarters. And especially in
a life of its own. People can't stop talking about it. Why? Because this wasn't just another technical foul waiting to happen. It was a player demanding accountability. And shockingly, she didn't even get a tech. Let that sink in. Caitlin Clark, in the face of a referee, screaming, pointing, gesturing, and no technical. No whistle, no reprimand, nothing. That raises a bigger question. What did the referee say? What could possibly provoke a player like Clark, who is kept her composure through dozens of hard fouls and blatant no calls, to go off like that? The only reasonable explanation is that the ref crossed a line, said something out of pocket, something unprofessional. And in that moment, Clark didn't just react, she called it out. This isn't unheard of in professional sports. Referees are human. Sometimes they snap. Sometimes they make it personal. But in the WNBA, where officiating has been under the microscope for weeks, this moment landed like a hammer. Just days earlier, Aaliyah Boston was punched hand.
Caitlin Clark reminded everybody who she is in the Fever win over the Wings in what was a blowout.
Sophie Cunningham, smacked in the face. Still, silence from the refs. The officiating in this league has become a joke, and Caitlin Clark may have finally had enough. The irony. The Connecticut Sun weren't immune to the mess either. All game long, they defended Clark physically like many other teams have. Dada! Referees let it happen. But suddenly, in the fourth quarter, the tone shifted. Now every little bump was a foul. Now the whistles came raining down. And whether you're a Fever fan or a Sun supporter, one thing is clear: the lack of consistency is ruining the game. In the first quarter, it's no holds barred. By the fourth, it's whistle mania. That's not control, that's chaos. And in the middle of that chaos stands Caitlin Clark, the league's brightest star, looking more frustrated than ever. You can see it in her body language. You can hear it in her tone during post-game interviews.
Let's just buy it a little bit. Let's let Caitlin Clark be Caitlin Clark.
The referees, who won't call it straight. And while some critics argue she needs to toughen up or stop complaining, they're missing the point entirely. This isn't about ego. It's about fairness, protection, respect. Clark isn't asking for special treatment. She's asking for equal treatment. She's asking for officials who protect players all players and who don't change the rules, depending on who's on the floor. And if a referee did in fact say something unprofessional, there should be consequences. Suspend him. Fire him. Don't sweep it under the rug. Because this isn't the first time Clark has been disrespected on the court. It's just the first time she's fought back this loudly. The fever, the emotion, not the team, has been building all season long. And now, with Indiana on a 3-game win streak, they should be riding high. But instead of celebrating their growth, their teamwork, their wins, the narrative
Get better. So I think just, being in situations that have been, tough.
Every social media clip featuring a missed call or a blown whistle, it's exhausting. And if you're Caitlin Clark, it's infuriating. She didn't come to the WNBA to become a symbol of controversy. She came to play basketball at the highest level, to compete, to grow, to win. But week after week, she finds herself at the center of officiating firestorms, not because of her own actions, but because the league can't seem to get a handle on its referees. And now, she's done staying silent. She's done absorbing elbows and walking away. She's done taking the high road. It's time she's calling the league. That sends a message far louder than any buzzer. The WNBA wants to be taken seriously by fans, by broadcasters, by future generations of players. They need to get their house in order. That starts with the referees. Give them training. Give them accountability. But most importantly, give them a standard. Because right. Now, it's not just the players who are being judged, it's the integrity of the entire league. Caitlin Clark is the face of the WNBA's future. And in that viral, jaw-dropping moment, she didn't just stand up for herself. She stood up for every player who's ever been ignored, mishandled, or unfairly treated. Reminded us all what leadership looks like under pressure. What courage sounds like in real time. And what happens when enough is finally enough. Now it's your turn. What do you think really happened in that exchange? Was Clark justified in her reaction? Should the league take action against the referee? And where do we draw the line between passion and professionalism in moments like these? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another update on Caitlin Clark and the unfolding drama around the WNBA's most electric season yet.